Hey, I'm Lisa. Welcome to mine and my husband's channel, Brylan and Lisa. And I'm here today with my son, River. He is just about 2 months old. And a lot of you have been requesting a baby update. I've been needing to do one of these. Today's gonna be his 1 and 2 month update. I just thought I would combine it into one since he's already 2 months. And today's video is actually the very first video in a series I'm wanting to do on this channel called Mama Mondays. We're using the hashtag Mama Mondays, so you can use that on Instagram if you're on Instagram. And if you ever want to post anything talking about the video, like we can kind of keep the conversation going on there, you can use that hashtag. But I'm going to be doing a bunch of different stuff with this series. I kind of want it to be open. A lot of you want me to share, you know, updates of him and also just like baby products and essentials and stuff. But then I also just want to share kind of encouragements too. So each week will be a little bit different. I might even do kind of some faith and mama related stuff together. That's more specifically geared towards moms. We'll see how this goes, but I'm really excited for this series. So I'll try to put out a video every Monday for this series. So go ahead and grab a cup of coffee or tea. I got some Trader Joe's pumpkin spice tea today, and with some pumpkin spice milk in it. It's like a almond milk or some nut milk or something like that. I forget what it's called. But I'll link it below if you're interested in it. My husband bought it and it's really good. So again, this is River, my son. He is 2 months old, 2 months and like a few days old. He was born July 28th at 8:23 in the morning. He weighed 8 pounds, 15 ounces. So just almost 9 pounds. And then he was 19 and a half inches long. I do need to weigh him again and measure him. I forgot to do that before filming this. So I'll put his weight, his current weight and measurement on the screen. This guy is a little milk monster. He loves to eat. Sometimes his eyes are bigger than his stomach and he ends up spitting up some milk afterwards. But before we get into all of that, let's go back to the beginning. So the first week that we had him home, he was such a chill baby. He was literally the easiest baby to take care of. My parents were here too, and they kept saying like he's so chill and everything. He would eat, he would sleep. When he was awake, he was just content. He would even sleep good during the night. He would only wake up like twice to feed. So that was really nice. I was actually able to get some sleep. The following week though, he did start to get kind of fussy. And at first we were trying to figure out what's going on. Like, we're new parents, so we're new at this, trying to figure everything out, looking stuff up online, like what's going on. But we've kind of narrowed it down to 2 things, and even talked to his pediatrician about it and stuff. But sometimes he's kind of gassy, and then he's also been through a couple of growth spurts. The growth spurts, we can tell that it's happening because all day he is more fussy, not unconsolable like colic, but he just wants to be eating like most of the day, and then when he like falls asleep between eatings, he just wants to be like on me, next to me. So we know he's having a growth spurt then. And then sometimes he's just kind of gassy, which is normal for newborns. So I like to do little gas exercises with him where we like bend his legs up and stuff. We also bought some gas drops and some gripe water, which they help a little bit. Sometimes he likes to take it and he'll take it right away, and then sometimes he just spits it out and doesn't want to eat it. So it helps sometimes. But now, for the most part, he's like pretty content and good. He has his little moments where he gets gassy, but besides that, he's a really great baby and is pretty calm and happy a lot of the time. I noticed it about the first week, but it got worse in the second and third week. He started to get baby acne all over his cheeks right here. He had like all like the little pimples and stuff, and which isn't a big deal. I guess I was looking it up and it's very normal. A lot of babies get it, and they were saying that it could take months, weeks or months for it to go away, and that it would go away on its own. But I'm like, no, we're gonna figure out something here. There's something that will help it sooner than that. And so I actually tried frankincense essential oil diluted in jojoba oil, and that worked so well. Like literally as soon as I started using it on him, I would just dab a little bit on his cheeks in the morning and at nighttime before bed, and it started to, I could tell it was starting to clear up, like even just by the next day. But it did take a week or two for it to fully clear, and now he doesn't have baby acne, which is really nice. And then since then, if he's ever like scratched himself with his nails or anything, I'll put the frankincense oil and it heals it literally like in a day or two. It works so well. The essential oils I use are Simply Earth essential oils. I just really trust their oils. I've been using them for a while. I am an affiliate with them too, so if you guys want to check them out, I'll have my link in the description, because whenever you go and purchase one of their subscription boxes as a new customer, we get a little bit of money, so it just helps us out too if you're interested. So another issue that we actually had, this was the only thing during the first week that was kind of tough, or the first couple of weeks, is we found out that he had a tongue tie when I actually gave birth to him at the hospital. The lactation consultant came in and he latched on right away the very first time. Like he did pretty good the first time. But then shortly after that, I noticed it was hard for him to latch on. We were trying different positions and stuff. And then another lactation consultant came in and she's the one that identified the tongue tie. And so she gave me a nipple shield to start using. And that worked really well, and I kind of had to use that for the first couple of weeks of breastfeeding. And then once we saw his pediatrician, and we had to like, well, we saw her earlier and then we had to go back for an appointment to get the tongue tie taken care of. She just clipped it. She said she just clipped it like a really tiny bit. She didn't want to overdo it or anything. And right after that, he's been able to latch perfectly fine. We have no issues now. He's able to eat without the nipple shield and all that. I do have a little bit of a fast letdown, so sometimes that bothers him a little bit, but I feel like that's a good problem to have. I'd rather have more milk than less milk. So usually if I notice that it's bothering him, I'll just lay down and breastfeed him, and he breastfeeds really well that way. So from the very beginning, literally the first day he was born that we were in the hospital, everybody was so surprised by how observant he was. Like literally some of the nurses were coming in and were like, no, he wasn't just born today. He's like a 3-month-old baby. Because literally he just like had his eyes open. He's all looking around, observing stuff. And he was just so attentive already that very first day. Like we keep saying that we have a genius baby because we feel like he's like ahead of like the average or whatever, which is just, it's crazy. And he was completely healthy. Like he passed all the tests that they needed to do. So that was just such a huge blessing, especially with like having to have the C-section and everything. Like him just being perfectly healthy and okay, it was like the hugest blessing. That's all we could have asked for. He also had pretty good neck strength from the beginning. Of course, he couldn't like hold his head up on his own, but even that very first day, he was starting to like he would try to lift his head up a little bit, which is really crazy. And even now, he doesn't have complete control, but he's gotten very, very good at controlling it. It's like, again, it's not like I don't trust him all the way to where I can just completely leave his neck free. Like I always have my hand ready to, you know, catch his neck if I need to, or his head if I need to. But he, like, I'm able to like hold him up and he's like just looking up and everything, and he's for the most part like there, like almost there, which is really crazy. I feel like that soon. I think most babies don't get complete neck control till 4 or 5 months, and I feel like he's gonna be there by 3 months. Also, this little guy has such strong legs. He's like kicking all the time, and I think like Brylan and I keep saying how he so badly just wants to like get up and run or something, because I think he just loves it when we're carrying him and walking him around, because he so badly wants to walk around and do stuff because he's always kicking his legs, and again, they're just really, really strong. He's doing exactly what he did in the womb. He was kicking all the time, and now he's doing it outside. He now smiles like all the time, which is so crazy. Oh my gosh, the first time we saw him smile, it's just like the most precious thing ever. I have some video of him smiling, and now when we talk to him, he actually like does it responsively. Before that, he would like smile in his sleep sometimes, or like he would just smile randomly, but it wasn't like actually like it wasn't actually in an interaction with us or anything. But now, like when we talk to him, he'll smile and stuff. So he's actually reacting to what we're saying. And he makes tons of noises. He does tons of cooing and like, ah, ah, oh, and like all these different noises. Or yeah, it's so cute.
Now, won't you sing with me?
And he'll like have conversations with us. We'll be talking to him, and then he'll just like be doing those noises like back to us, and it's just so cool. Like I think he's like actually trying to communicate and talk with us. He's just trying to figure out how to say things. So I'm really curious to see when he's gonna say his first word. I know it will be a while from now, but I have a feeling that's gonna be early for him too than the average, just because he started like making his cooing noises really early. And every day he like gets more and more talkative and more smiley, which we just love. He is already able to roll over onto his side. He can't roll completely over onto his stomach by himself, but he can roll over on his side, which is crazy. We put him on his play mat every day for a little bit, and he's been doing that and loves it. So now he sleeps really well at night. There was a while there when we were going through his fussy stage, like I was talking about earlier, when we were trying to figure out what was going on with like the growth spurts and the gassiness and stuff, that night times would be kind of stressful, because he would have this fussy time around like between 7:30, 8, like somewhere in there, he would get fussy. And we've learned that a lot of babies actually have a fussy time every day, and it's usually like in the evening. And so we just figured that's when he's starting to get tired and is like ready for bed. So now what I do, we've kind of created a nighttime routine for him that includes a bath. So he does get a bath every night. It just helps to relax him and soothe him and gets him all clean, obviously. He doesn't really need a bath every day, but it just works for us in our routine. So we like doing that. And plus it's fun for us too. It's just like a special little time, and he loves his bath. We usually start that sometime between 6:30 and 7. I'll give him his bath, you know, get him ready for bed in his pajamas, feed him, burp him, change him, all that, and he'll go down for bed sometime between 8 and 9. Usually I'll just like hold him for a little bit until he falls asleep. I don't want to do that in the long run, like where he has to like have me to fall asleep. But right now he's still little, it works. Probably like around 4 months, I'd be willing to try out like doing his nighttime routine and then actually putting him down in his bed and having him fall asleep on his own, or like cry it out for a little bit. But right now I just feel like it's too early for that. But let me know in the comments below when you started just letting your little one kind of soothe themselves to sleep. I'm curious to know, because I would love to know your tips about that. But now he pretty much sleeps, he sleeps really well at night. He will wake up once around like between like 1 and 2 to eat, and then he will sleep all the way till morning. So we're able to get like a really good chunk of sleep. And when he does go to sleep around 8 or 9, where Brylan and I are able to have like some time to ourselves, like we'll watch like Netflix or read together or something. So that's really nice that we get like that little bit of time together. And when we first brought him home for the first few weeks, I want to say, we were co-sleeping with him in his DockATot. So we had his DockATot on the bed with us, in the middle between us. He would sleep in there. I know co-sleeping for whatever reason is kind of controversial, but the way I feel about it, every baby and every family are different. So you know your baby, we know him the best. So we just did what was best for us and our family, and that worked out really well. And I thought we were gonna do that for a long time. So did Brylan. Like we both thought we were gonna have him co-sleeping with us for a while like that. But shortly after, he was sleeping pretty good throughout the night. Like I said, he started just waking up once during the night, which was really nice. So we actually transitioned him into his DockATot still, but into his crib, which his crib is in our room, if you don't know. So it's right next to our bed, so it's not that far. But that just freed up space on our bed so that we could really get a good night's sleep, and he did really well sleeping like that. Now, when he wakes up to eat, I will actually bring him over to our bed and he'll sleep with us from then until morning. So we're kind of like half sleeping in the crib and then half co-sleeping right now, if that makes sense. Eventually we want to do all in the crib, but that just kind of works for us right now. Plus, I'm gonna be honest, we both love having him next to us too. But we're doing that half and half right now because it's easier on our backs right now, or when we can like sleep for a little bit, like have the bed to ourselves for a little bit. Now, the one thing I do have trouble with, we've kind of got him on a schedule during the day, but his naps are hit or miss. Sometimes he'll like go to sleep really easily and nap. Like right now he's napping in this, but this is an example actually because I put him down in his DockATot to nap. He was asleep and then he woke up like he was only asleep for probably like 10 minutes and then woke up. And he was being fussy, so I had to put him in this, and now he's napping in this. Sometimes he doesn't want to nap, but I can tell he's tired because he's rubbing his eyes and yawning. So I would love to know your nap tips for your babies, for any moms out there. If your baby naps really well during the day, please let me know what you do. Because again, it's like hit or miss. Sometimes he goes and naps. He goes down for a nap very easily, and then sometimes he just doesn't want to, but I know that he needs to because he's tired. This little guy just doesn't want to miss out on anything. He fights sleep sometimes. So now I just want to talk about some of his and our like favorites. One thing is his pacifier. He loves his pacifier. Sometimes he just wants to be soothed. He likes it like right now, like when he's in the carrier. So these have really come in handy. We have the Nook pacifiers, which is just like the green, like regular pacifiers. And then we also have the Wubbanubs. He likes both. They're both very different shapes, but both come in handy for different purposes. And then I love using these pacifier clips. We bought a couple at Target, and then this one's actually I got off at Etsy, and it has a Mickey Mouse bead on it. And these are actually teething beads for when he gets a little bit older and starts teething. So these are really nice because you don't have to worry about your baby dropping the pacifier and it getting dirty or anything. Just clip it to you or to baby and you're good to go. He absolutely loves it when we sing to him. I mean, talking, anything, but singing he especially loves. Like we'll sing to him all different songs and he's just smiling. And now when we're singing to him, not only is he smiling, but he starts going ah, 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 and you know, making his little noises while we're singing, and it's almost like he's trying to sing along, and it's so cute. I will also try to read to him a couple times a day, and there's a few different books that he seems to really like. Obviously he doesn't pay complete attention to the books, but some of these books, like the pictures, catch his eye, so he'll like stare at them and he'll just kind of listen to me read. But one of them is, there's these sassy books. They're called sassy books, and they have like black and white images in them, so they're just like really contrasted, which babies really like. So he likes those, and the one that I read him all the time is the faces one. So it has like mommy, daddy, dog, kitty. Like it just kind of teaches them stuff, and like I said, the pictures are high contrast, so he really likes looking at that. We have also started reading Goodnight Moon to him. He seems to like that one too, which that one actually has black and white and colored images, and he really likes that one. We also have a little rainbow fish book. He likes that. And we have this book called Peekaboo Forest. It's like a crinkle book, and he really likes that one too. And I'll have all those books linked below, so that way you can check them out if you want. He loves his playmat. We have this, I forget what the brand is, but I'll have it linked below. It's like this jungle themed one, and it makes music and everything, and he loves it. Whenever I put him on it, he just stares up at everything. And we also have started doing tummy time on it, which he does really well, but he's just like amazed with that thing. And when I play the music, he'll like kick his feet and everything, and he seems to really enjoy it. I'm excited for when he can be more interactive with like the toys, because there's like all different little things that come with it. That's one thing I'm trying to get him to like learn how to like grab on the toys and stuff. So he's not completely there yet, and he doesn't completely get it, but soon. He loves being in the carrier. This is one that we have. This is the baby Catan. My favorite one is actually our Infantino carrier. I highly recommend that one. It's really it's very similar to the Ergo baby. You can use it for an infant all the way up till, I think it's like 25 or 30 pounds or something like that. And you can use it 4 different ways. There's like forward facing, inward facing, and there's like a backpack one. There's all different things you can do with it. So that one works really well. We use it for when we go on our walks every morning. We just take him around our neighborhood, and that we've used it at Disneyland, and we've used it just going out at the grocery store. He just seems to love the carrier and is so chill when we put him in that. This one I like for certain instances, like right now, like it's just kind of comfy, but I'm still kind of getting used to it too. But if you had to choose one carrier, I would recommend the Infantino because it has the back support and everything. So it's a lot more comfortable, especially for like a longer use. At the very beginning, he loved his rock and play, and he still likes it. We'll still put him in it, but we don't put him in it as much now. That's because in the beginning he was sleeping a lot more. So that was just a great way to just like put him down for a nap real quick. If we were downstairs, we usually keep the rock and play downstairs. So it's just really convenient because it rocks. It can also play music, and then there's like kind of like this foresty cricket noise it makes too. So you have a couple different options, but for what that is, I feel like it's such a cheap price. It's like $50, $60, but it is so worth it. There's a lot of other like swings and rockers and bouncers that are way more expensive, but I feel like the rock and play is the best. At least it's worked for us. I feel like we got a lot of bang for our buck with that, and we're gonna still continue using it. He loves just sitting in it. Like if we're sitting down to eat dinner, like I'll put him in that, and he does really well. Again, I already said this, but he loves his bath time. He's always just so calm and looks at us like while we're giving him a bath, and he just seems like he really is relaxed and everything. Of course, he loves eating. He loves his mama's milk. That's probably like his favorite thing. This is really funny. I talked about this in one of our vlogs, but he loves getting his diaper changed. Like, obviously, like I know babies don't like being in a poopy diaper and they want their diaper changed, but he likes the actual like process of his diaper being changed. And I think like being like naked for a little bit, he seems to really like it, because he's always super talkative and smiley when we're changing his diaper. And then he seems to like when we go out, like when we go to the store. Like I said, we've been to Disneyland a couple of times, and or just like out and about, and he seems to really like it. And then whenever we do go out for the day and come back, he sleeps so well. But he just likes looking around at things, like with his eyes, trying to figure stuff out and learning and observing. So it's just really cool. I think I said this a little bit earlier, but he loves it when we just pick him up and we walk around with him throughout the house, and he just likes looking at all the things in our house, the stuff on the walls. He's just so observant, and like he finds that really entertaining. That's pretty much it for his 1 and 2 month update. I think I covered everything. If there's anything that I'm not covering in this update that you want me to talk about in his future updates, let me know in the comments below. And I don't know if I'll do a 3 month update or if I'll do a 3 and 4 month update combined. I guess it just depends on how much happens. But let me know how often you guys want to see these videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want more of these Mama Mondays videos, make sure to put hashtag Mama Mondays in the comments below so I know that you want more. But make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys in our next hashtag Mama Mondays video. Bye!
It's permanent from my heart. Anywhere we go is where I long to roam. Night or day, I'm taking you all the way, 'cause my heart screams, let me carry